And we're back. Let's see here. All right. So that was the second of your, or that was the third hour check, right?
Right.
Cool. So you're not feeling good. You feel like your world has been turned upside down. You're extremely fatigued. You're brought back. You're now like, I hate the world. I hate people. All that.
Okay.
And your alignment change is going to stay until you meet up with the rest of the party. So.
Okay. Perfect.
And then you can keep it there, or it can change depending on how you're role playing.
Right.
All right. So bring you back to the bunk. And you pass out.
Okay.
End of day 5.
Oh man, you guys are relentless.
Day 6 comes by. You remember Baldy coming in, shoving the tube down your throat, and you don't remember anything after that.
Okay.
Come to, and you kind of see that you have hoses plugged into you, and you're still locked down into your bunk.
Okay.
You're just in and out, but nobody's around you now. You're the only one left in your room.
Okay.
You come to, and you realize that you've been out for 4 days.
Wow. Okay. Last one was a doozy.
The one guard comes in, and it's Baldy. And he says, "Well, wakey, wakey. How's my favorite piece of sunshine today?"
I almost like don't even react. I just stare at him. I don't react volatile at all or emotionally. I just look at him. Just kind of like stare, like almost like deadpan face right into his eyes.
Like, huh? Tough guy. As soon as I get you up, hey, Conrad, sit down. The short guy walks in.
Okay.
Pushes
Conrad?
He was referring to the big bald guy as Conrad.
Okay.
Someone like you needs to just kind of relax, Conrad. You're not going to get anywhere but with that kind of attitude. Let me see our friend here. And Conrad just looks disgusted. He does not like this guy. You can tell.
Okay.
So he comes up to you and he says, "Well, time for your first day of testing."
First?
Yeah. Everything else was just to get you set and ready to go. But now I think you're at your full potential.
Alright. Well,
Are you ready?
anything's better than this bed.
Huh. Well, I'm going to get you up. We're going to see how well you walk. That'll be the first test.
You don't gotta worry about that.
So he walks over to you and he undoes the shackles on your arms.
Okay.
And he does get up.
He tells me to get up?
Yep, just get up.
So I, not even like menacingly, like I feel like I've been strapped down for days, so
Yeah.
I kind of like stretch flex my arms, like
So
clench my hands, like do kind of like all the motions, like almost like when you wake up after like sleeping for 14 hours.
yeah.
And then I stand up after that and kind of like scowl at the short guy in front of me.
So you get up, you sit up, and give me a PE check. And basically, just roll a 20, and make sure you don't roll a 19 or a 20.
Okay. 4.
You're fine. You don't feel any waves of nausea. When you stretch, you can feel like every bone and muscle super tight and super like huge. It's like you got this pump, right? That's just
it's like getting the pump without actually exercising.
Yeah, exactly. You get up and it's like boom, you can feel it all swole, right? Like your arms feel like they're gonna bust out of their skin.
Okay.
As you flex, and you can hear your bones kind of groaning a little bit under the strength that everything else has.
Okay.
Almost like they're trying to catch up with the rest of your body.
Right. Yeah, I could imagine muscular acceleration is a bit different than like osteo like area.
Yeah.
Or orthopedic.
Or orthopedic. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like you feel just so jacked.
Yeah.
So jacked. And at the same time, it feels like you got a couple shots of C4 in you.
Just buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're all jacked. So you scowl at him and go ahead and give me actually, what's your MA?
Ugh, not good. My MA is 13.
Not too bad. Let's get under it. Nope.
Not under.
He is so not intimidated by you. He just laughs and he points and says, Conrad, you see this guy? Man, you look good. Everything we did is coming together. You are part of the plan, my friend. You're part of the plan. You look great. Now tell me. I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you think about dimensional beings? And he says it just kind of like that. He pauses. He's like, dimensional beings. What do you think about them?
Well, it's hard to me. It's hard to believe that there's anything outside of this room after what I've experienced. So, dimensional beings. I feel like the world would be a much different place if there was such a thing.
I don't think I heard you right. Did you say the world would be a simpler place if there were dimensional beings?
I said it'd be a much different place. I feel like we'd have a different perspective on everything else if there were dimensional beings.
Whoa!
Have you seen a dimensional being?
Conrad, you hear this hippie? Hear him talking about this? And Conrad just starts shaking his head. And he's like, I got nothing to say. And he just leaves the room. But he looks disgusted and you don't know why.
Okay.
He's like, well, you know, enough chit chat. You know, there's time for you to figure things out as we go. I want you to remember, my friend, you're part of the solution. Solution to everyone's pain. A safer world. Our world. One world.
You're part of the cause.
No, I don't think you get it. But there's time to talk later. First, let's go for a little trek. So he takes you up to testing area 1.
Okay.
Testing area 1 is multifaceted. You walk in and you see Ivan. You don't see the other ones, but you do see Ivan in there. So you can deduce that you and Ivan are the only ones left.
Okay.
Now, in testing 1, they have you doing different physical feats.
Right.
Jumping, running on that treadmill, all that, right? So they put you on the treadmill and start clocking you, right?
Right.
And so go ahead and give us a PE check. This is your full capabilities.
So my PE right now is 25. So then it would be
You would have +5 on a 20. So there you go.
Okay.
21. No problem. You're good.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, that's fine.
So 17.
There you go. So yeah, you're good to roll. So that you're flying on this treadmill, right? So they bring up the incline of it. They bring up the speed, and you look down and you're running. What's your at full speed? So what's your speed clock or your speed?
My speed is actually insane. It's 68.
Oh my god! So you're flying. Did we calculate out what that speed is?
I don't think we did. It got me like, I'm pretty sure it got me 2 extra movements per attack action though.
Yeah, I think you're right. So give me a sec here.
Yeah, 68 is the speed though.
Converting.
Combat. Yeah, so my attacks per melee are 5, and I know part of that's because of my speed.
Give me a sec here. Look up run speed. This is just insane. Might have to get the other book. I thought it was in here, but it's not. Not in there. Grab this one. Okay, so what's your speed?
My speed is 68.
68.
Yep.
Oh crap. Okay, hang on a minute. 68 times 20.
146. 36.
Yeah, where the hell? I just lost table. There it is. It's the number of meters that you can run in a minute. So
Jesus.
times 3, divided by. Okay, so you can run 14,080 feet in a minute.
God damn.
So that's times 60. How many feet are in a mile again? Sorry.
5,285.
Okay, so you can run 46 miles an hour.
Holy shit.
So
Wow.
go ahead and write that down somewhere. You're running at 46 miles an hour. Back
I will make note of that for sure.
runs 46 miles an hour. There you go. Damn. That's your max running speed. Next up, we take you over to some weights, or to a machine that basically clocks weight that it's applying to you. So through force, like a hydraulic system, almost like like a garbage crusher,
Right.
a garbage compactor. This one I'm trying to think of. So they kind of put you in it, and they just start laughing. They're like, "You better be able to withstand it." And so you put your hands up and brace your feet. And what is your physical strength?
My physical strength is 33.
All right. Second. One book has better rule set for over 30 skills, so give me a sec. Oh, look at that, there's a speed factor chart right there. I could have just read that. Yeah. About 45 miles an hour. That's great. Okay. So you got an augmented strength. So your strength is 33?
Yeah, 30. I thought. It is. Physical strength is. Yeah, 33.
All right. They start putting the weight down on you, grinding and crunching. What the crap? Augmented strength. There we go. Okay. So first, I want to double check that you know that with a power punch or a power kick, you can inflict 2 die 4 mega damage.
Ooh.
So you can just mark that down somewhere. So they test you out on that, and they have you like punch a dummy, that kind of a thing.
So the regular like punch or kick.
Correct. Yeah, with a power punch or kick is what it is. It takes 2 attacks. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to use up 2 of your attacks with a punch, it'll do that. Otherwise, it's your normal.
Equals 2d6.
2d4.
2d4. Damage. Yeah, I got it.
So, and you should have, just for damage, a plus 18 to your SDC damage when you do a physical punch.
Okay.
So,
Jesus.
yeah, he hurts.
Yeah.
All right, so 30%. So remember, we got to add 30%.
I'm gonna use rush and be right back.
Yep, you bet.
Alright, I'm back.
All right. So they put the compactor on you, and comfortably, it just feels like about as much weight as you could have on your shoulders to carry it is 2,145 pounds.
Ooh. Okay.
And they start cranking it up. And you start to buckle when it gets to 4290.
Ooh. Wow. Okay.
And they're very happy. Shorty thinks you're pretty awesome. Like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Yes. The master plan is at hand.
Okay.
So, they say for their next test, they got to take you for a trip. So, they put some energy bracelets or shackles on your wrists, right?
Right.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to grab this and I can't find it. There's. Oh, 258. Okay. So put those energy shackles on. You can feel the electricity, pulsing through your wrists. All right. So, starting over on our original, they take you down the hall, walk you down the hall. You see, you're passing by the bunks here, right?
Right.
You're passing by what appears to be another bunk area, but more put together. You see one of the guards in there, so that may be the guards' room. Peeking in here, you can see there's a line of getting food, and there's a couple guards in there, picking up some continental breakfast, as you do. Kind of walk by, you see a supply closet and the laundry.
Okay.
And then they come to a gate, and you see the gate asks for retinal scan. And so the guard does a scan. The big guy.
Right.
It says Conrad Curtis J. 65724. Access granted. Opens up, and you're all able to usher into this way, this little breezeway here.
Okay. Yeah.
And then a scan initiates in the room. Basically just checking to see, it looks like an x-ray. You see it up on a screen where it illuminates the weapons that they have. So you see like a baton and a blaster on each one of them.
Okay.
And they said, all clear, prisoner clear. Second door opens up and you're able to pass through. As you pass into this main area here, you notice that there's, this is a bench, or not a bench, but a desk, like a reading desk, and there's a guard there. There's also a guard here at this desk too. So there's two desks, this curved one, and then this straight one in this big room. Facing down here, looks like it's a couple of benches, right? Facing each other like at a depot. So you have these two benches are facing each other, these two benches are facing each other, kind of thing.
Okay.
And in the center, they're back to back, like at the airport. And they lead you down, and they tell you, park your ass right here. And so you sit down on the bench. And what's to your right from that bench is this big open space, which looks like a subway almost. Okay, but it's just open, and you can feel the air kind of moving. You can hear kind of this faint whooshing from something. And it seems to move very, very fast.
Okay.
Okay. You start to hear this horrid scream, like it's just this screeching scream muffled behind steel and glass, kind of a thing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
As this rail car comes skidding up here, and you see the front of it is just like this skull with like blue-green flames coming out of the front of it, out of its eyes and out of its mouth.
Okay.
And that's the front end of this rail car. And it pulls up to you, and you see how there's other guards and doctors and scientists kind of intermingled within the car as you get on.
Right.
Okay. And you start to head. Okay. Now, on your way up, give me a second, I gotta remember how I wrote this. It feels like a long curve, okay? And as you go, you can see here where what it's done. Bear with me. 8. Okay. So it feels like this curve happening, okay?
Right.
And you count on your way up that it stops 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times.
Okay.
Okay. On one side of the train you were seeing a rock wall, and the other side of the train you see periodically just empty space, almost like you're going around the circumference of some big huge chasm.
Okay.
That's just empty in the middle. So you get up to this top, and you come out of the station, and you see this big flat area.
Right.
And a huge cliff wall going up a good 200 feet on either side of this room, okay? So big 200-foot cliff wall. What's interesting, though, is from where you got out, you see these 4 pits up here. And in the center of the 4 pits are 4 boxes. And they're like, what you see, storage containers, right? Big shipping containers. And they're suspended by 4 chains out in these pits. And when you get close to the pits, you can see the tube that you just came up from all the way down through there. So now you're able to see down in it. So all 4 of these pits or containers are suspended above this pit. As they lead you, to the center, you're trying to get it, or they're leading you to the center area here, the center building. You peer down into the hole, and you can see all the way down. And when you look down, you can see a huge fire at the very bottom that everything kind of leads to.
Okay.
So there's a huge fire at the base of this. All right. This center building is a guard post, and you see those skulls, right? So you see different guards walking around. Some of them have the spiked skull that you saw before, and that's actually, you see one with a helmet that has those spikes on it.
Okay.
And then you see the other ones have just the basic skull.
Right.
Is really what you're seeing.
Okay.
But you see 1 or 2 with the spiked skull, and everybody seems to kind of avoid them.
Okay.
All right. One spiked skull guy. So this is the 3rd one you've seen. You got, Baldy, who's with you, Conrad. Which you assume he's got a spiked skull helmet somewhere.
Okay.
Based off of his emblem.
Right.
There's one guy walking around by himself. Or a second guy walking around by himself. And a 3rd guy is walking around with what appears to be 3 bipedal dogs.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so their dogs are walking upright on 2 feet.
Right.
And they appear to be a bulldog and 2 schnauzers.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And he's kind of walking around with them, and everybody's just kind of avoiding them. All right?
Right.
Cool. So they take you into the middle, and they're like, okay, no, we got patient 656 for ranged testing. And they're like, okay, take him over to pit 3. So they take you over by pit 3, all the way over here.
Okay.
And they have a target set over here.
Okay.
And they hand you a knife. And they tell you that they want you to throw it and try and hit that thing. All right? So
from pit 3 all the way over to the target.
all the way over to that target.
All right.
And you have a strength of 33, right?
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and roll us a 20 and beat a 15.
Either lower or higher.
You want to get over a 15. Yeah.
11.
11?
Yep.
All right. So you huck the knife and it sails by the target, but you're able to throw that about 233 feet.
Ooh, it's a long ways for an knife.
Yeah. So they're like, well, he's not the best shot in the world, but he's able to do it.
Right.
And then they laugh. Well, let's see what he does with the next part. Which I need to calculate. Give me a second.
Yeah, no worries.
That's funny. All right. So they pull you over, or they walk over, and there's an old and an old bomb sitting there, and this thing's pretty beefy looking. About 92, about 92 inches. Classic fins on the back. Classic bomb shape. They're like, don't worry about it. It's, it's been diffused. But we'll see how far you can huck this. And so this thing, like I said, it was 92 inches, the whole 9 yards. It has a weight of 2,000 pounds.
Oof.
So you kind of groan a little bit, pick it up, but not too bad. It's not your max lift, it's your max carry.
Right.
And you go to give it a throw, and you throw it 33 feet.
Not bad for 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, you huck 2,000 pounds, 33 feet.
Alright.
And they laugh and they're like, yep, just what we thought.
What's that mean?
That's for us to know and you to find out. Or actually, you shouldn't even find out. And they all laugh. And when Conrad laughs, they all just kind of awkwardly look at him, and he just kind of puts his eyes down, just grunts a little bit, and crosses his arms and looks away.
Huh.
So the shorty guy seems to be the officer. Says, "Okay, well, it's time for us to go." Just remember, humans make us right because we are right. Okay? They start leading you. They put the shackles back on you. They start to lead you back. You can hear some muffled like yells from inside these bins.
Okay.
That kind of thing. And they're just kind of snickering as you guys walk by. Get back in the subway and make your way back down to here.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
They lead you back in and take you up to the kitchen. It's food time. So you go in there and you see Ivan in there and two other juicers. So there's four juicers on the floor.
Okay. Is lunch our only quote unquote free time?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as you're able to gather, this is your first like free day.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, it's time to eat. And you find out that testing 2 is kind of like the yard. So after you get your food and you eat, then you can go out to testing 2 and just mess around until they call you over into testing 1.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So get into the food. It's slop, but this time they're not shoving it down your throat. You gotta pour it into a shallow bowl and give you a piece of stale bread to go with it. You see them coming out of the back room here, bringing the food and then grabbing the trash cans and bringing them back, for disposal. So when lunch is done, they excuse you to go out to testing 2. and get settled in your new bunks. So you're now this bunk. So they just kind of let you have free reign. When you go into testing 2, they lock this door here. And it's just the juicers in here. Different weights. You know, some benches to sit on. Garbage chute. That's all that you have in this room. Everybody's just kind of keeping to themselves and, you know, working out, that kind of thing. Is there anything you want to do during this time, or? Colton, can you hear me? Hey dude, did you fall asleep? Colton, can you hear me? Hey, Colton, are you there?